Dr. CV Suresh Babu's Virtual Classroom presents Operating Systems Series.
Introduction to CPU scheduling. Discussion topics: CPU scheduling, basic concepts, scheduling criteria, scheduling algorithms, multiprocessor scheduling, real-time scheduling. CPU scheduling. CPU scheduling is the process which allows one process to use the CPU while the execution of the other process is on hold. Due to unavailability of any resource like IO, etc., thereby making full use of the CPU. The aim of the CPU scheduling is to make the system efficient, fast and fair. Basic concepts. When a computer is multi-programmed, it frequently has multiple processes competing for the CPU at the same time. This situation occurs whenever two or more processes are run simultaneously in the ready state. If there is only one CPU available, a choice has to be made of which process to run next. The part of the operating system that makes the choice is called a scheduler. Goals for scheduling. Fairness. Each process gets fair share of the CPU. Efficiency. When CPU is 100% busy, then the efficiency is increased. Response time. Minimize the response time for interactive user. Throughput. Maximizes jobs per given time period. Waiting time. Minimizes total time spent waiting in the ready queue. Load average. It is the average number of processes residing in the ready queue waiting for them to turn to get their turn to CPU. Turnaround time. Minimizes the time between submission and termination. Classifications of scheduling technique. Algorithms used by the scheduler are called as scheduling algorithm. There are two types of scheduling techniques: non-preemptive scheduling, preemptive scheduling. Non-preemptive scheduling. A scheduling job always completes before another scheduling decision is made. Therefore, finishing order of jobs is also same as their scheduling order. Scheduling order occurs when the process voluntarily enters the wait state or terminates. Preemptive scheduling. In contrast to non-preemptive scheduling, a scheduling decision can be made even while the job is executing. Scheduling algorithms. Non-preemptive scheduling are first come first serve scheduling, shortest job first scheduling, priority scheduling. Primitive scheduling are round robin scheduling, multi-level queue scheduling, multi-level feedback queue scheduling. First come first serve scheduling. As the name suggests, the process which arrives first gets executed first, or we can say that the process which requests the CPU first can get the CPU allocated first. First come first serve is just like FIFO, first in first out queue data structure, where data element which is added in the queue first is the one which leaves the queue first. This is used in batch systems. It is easy to understand and implement programmatically using a queue data structure where a new process enters through the tail of the queue and the scheduler selects the process from the head of the queue. A perfect real example of FCFS scheduling is buying tickets at the ticket counter, just like how we go and have the first come first serve get the tickets. Shortest job first scheduling. This type of scheduling can be primitive or non-primitive. It significantly reduces the average waiting time for other processes awaiting execution. Shortest job first or shortest job next is a scheduling policy that selects the waiting process with the smallest execution time to execute next. Shortest job has the advantage of having minimum average waiting time among all scheduling algorithms. It is a greedy algorithm. It may cause starvation if shorter processes keep coming. This problem can be solved using the concept of aging. Priority scheduling. Priority scheduling is one of the most common scheduling algorithms in batch systems. Each process is assigned a priority process with the highest priority to be executed first, and so on. Processes with the same priority are executed on the first come first served basis. Priority can be decided based on the memory requirements, time requirements, or any other resource requirement. Round-robin scheduling. Round-robin scheduling is a CPU algorithm where each process is assigned a fixed time slot in a cyclic way. It is simple, easy to implement, and starvation-free as all processes get the fair share of the CPU. One of the most commonly used technique in the CPU scheduling as a core. It is primitive as processes are assigned CPU only for a fixed slice of time at most. The disadvantage of it is that more overhead of content switching. Multi-level queue scheduling. A multi-level queue scheduling algorithm partitions the ready queue into several separate queues. The processes are permanently assigned to one queue, generally based on some property of the process such as memory size, priority process, and process type. Each queue has its own scheduling algorithm. For example, separate queues might be used for foreground and background processes. The foreground queue might be scheduled by round-robin algorithm, while the background queue is scheduled by FCFS algorithm. Multi-level feedback queue scheduling. In a multi-level queue scheduling algorithm, processes are permanently assigned to a queue on the entry to a system. Processes do not move between queues. This setup has an advantage of lower scheduling overhead, but the disadvantage of being inflexible. Multi-level feedback queue scheduling, however, allows a process to move between queues. The idea is to separate processes with different CPU burst characteristics. If a process uses too much time in the CPU, it will be moved to a lower priority queue. Similarly, a process that waits too long in a lower priority queue may be moved to a higher priority queue. This form of aging prevents starvation. Multiple processor scheduling. A multiprocessor system consists of several processors which share memory. In the multiprocessor, there is more than one processor in the system. The reason we use multiprocessor is that sometimes load on the processor may be very high, but the input-output on the other function is not required. This type of operating system is more reliable. Even if the processor goes down, the other can still continue to work. Multiprocessor operating system is a kind of regular OS which handles many system calls at the same time. Do memory management, provide file management, also the input-output devices. Real-time scheduling. Real-time scheduling constraints are necessary to manage data acquisition or process control hardware. The real-time environment requires that a process be able to react to external events in a bound amount of time. Such constraints can exceed the capabilities of a kernel that is designed to provide a fair distribution of the process resources to a set of time-sharing processes. Examples: digital control systems, multimedia applications, flight control system.
For more detailed information, refer to our book, Operating Systems, Simplified, by Dr. C.V. Suresh Babu. Highlights of our simplified series. Why should I learn this chapter? Snapshot. Frequently asked question. Summary. Activity. Assignment. Video online. Just before exam. Test yourself. Keywords. Further readings. For more tutorial videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.